Chapter 57. However, their victory was short-lived as another vampire emerged from the shadows, his voice dripping with a chilling warning. "You are safe for now, but watch your back. We are determined to turn you into one of us," he whispered, his eyes gleaming with a mix of malice and desire. Lana's eyes widened in fear as she cautiously made her way back to her seat next to Adelmo, seeking solace and protection in his presence. Sierra, who had been stunned by the unfolding events, could only watch in disbelief, her mind racing with questions about the dark and dangerous world that had suddenly encroached upon their lives. In a sudden and terrifying turn of events, a menacing werewolf lunges towards Sierra, causing her to let out a blood-curdling scream. Adelmo, who was sitting nearby, immediately turns his attention towards the werewolf and shouts in disbelief. "Are you out of your mind? Didn't you just witness what happened to your companion?" Startled by Adelmo's fierce reaction, the werewolf timidly glances in his direction and retreats back to its seat, cowering in fear. Adelmo, determined to establish order, raises his voice once again, warning everyone present, "If any of you dare to misbehave, be prepared to face the consequences. More lives will be lost." As the tension subsides and the passengers settle back into their seats, Lana, still shaken by the encounter, turns to Adelmo and seeks clarification. "What did that vampire mean when he said they are going to change me into one of them?" Curiosity mixed with fear lingers in her voice. Adelmo, recalling a past incident, responds with a reassuring tone. "Remember when I asked you to stay with me about 6 months ago? That's when I discovered something unusual. Don't worry, I will do everything in my power to keep you safe." Sierra, still trembling from the recent attack, finds her voice and speaks up. "But what about me? That creature just tried to attack me." Her concern is evident as she seeks reassurance from Adelmo. With a calm demeanor, Adelmo addresses Sierra's worries. "Rest assured, I am here to protect everyone, including you. Your safety is my priority, so there's no need to worry." Lana, still grappling with the situation, raises another question. "What will happen when we finally reach home?" Uncertainty fills her voice as she looks to Adelmo for guidance. Adelmo, thoughtful and composed, replies, "Well, for tonight, we can either stay at your place or mine. I will keep a close watch on both of you. As for the future, we will figure it out together when the time comes. Your well-being is my responsibility." They settle comfortably into their seats, with Adelmo occupying the aisle seat, Lana in the center, and Sierra by the window. Lana leans over, resting her head on Adelmo's shoulder, seeking comfort and closeness. Adelmo responds by wrapping his arm around Lana, providing a sense of security and protection. Meanwhile, Sierra reclines back, gazing out of the window, lost in her own thoughts and daydreams. As time passes, exhaustion takes over, and they all gradually drift off into a deep slumber. In their shared dream, Adelmo and Lana find themselves immersed in a continuation of the previous night's dream. However, their peaceful reverie is abruptly interrupted when a menacing vampire suddenly appears and attempts to drag Lana away, pulling her forcefully from behind over the seat. Lana instinctively starts squirming and struggling, making it challenging for the vampire to maintain a firm grip on her. In a desperate plea for help, she cries out to Adelmo, hoping he can come to her rescue. Without hesitation, Adelmo reaches for his sword, his movements swift and precise. With a single powerful swing, he skillfully decapitates the vampire, freeing Lana from its clutches. As the vampire's body and head separate, they rapidly deteriorate, aging before their eyes and eventually disintegrating into a pile of dust. Overwhelmed with relief and gratitude, Adelmo speaks reassuringly to Lana, emphasizing his unwavering commitment to protect her, even within the realm of their dreams. Lana, her face beaming with appreciation, responds to Adelmo's words with a heartfelt smile, expressing her deep gratitude for his constant presence and guardianship. Their bond strengthened by this shared experience, they are reminded of the unbreakable connection they share. However, their moment of respite is short-lived, as a piercing scream echoes from the back of the plane, jolting them back to reality. Reacting swiftly, both Adelmo and Lana grab their swords, their instincts urging them to investigate the source of the distress. Determined and united, they rush towards the direction of the scream, ready to confront whatever danger lies ahead. In a sudden twist of events, their eyes meet the chilling sight of a pack of werewolves, poised to carry out a mysterious ritual. The tension in the air is palpable as Adelmo's voice pierces through the silence, commanding them to halt their actions. Startled, the werewolves and the girl they were about to subject to the ritual turn their heads towards Adelmo, their eyes filled with a mix of surprise and curiosity. As the werewolf's gaze falls upon the girl, Lana's eyes widen in recognition. She realizes that the girl they were about to convert is none other than Sierra, a familiar face from their past. Lana's voice trembles with a mix of shock and relief as she exclaims, "Adelmo, look, it's Sierra." The realization dawns upon them that the werewolves were not intending to devour Sierra, but rather to transform her into one of their own. Adelmo's response is filled with a mix of astonishment and realization. He acknowledges Lana's observation and adds, "Well, that explains why they were holding on to her on the plane. They weren't after a meal, but rather seeking to convert her." Lana, puzzled by this revelation, questions Adelmo's previous statement about the impossibility of turning someone who is already a witch. Adelmo ponders for a moment before responding, "You know, now that you mention it, I thought the same. Perhaps, being a witch, Sierra's soul possesses certain features that confuse the werewolves, making them believe she can be transformed." In a surreal turn of events, the werewolves' attempt at performing the ritual on Sierra fails right before their eyes. The night sky suddenly transforms into a radiant day, and the werewolves themselves undergo a miraculous transformation, reverting back to their human forms. As the dreamlike sequence comes to an end, they all awaken from their slumber, their hearts racing with the remnants of the intense encounter they just experienced.